Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic jet review in which we are taking a look at the Super Mystere B2 sitting at 9.0 battle rating. And it's good to see this plane sitting at 9.0 battle rating because it definitely does feel like a less good 9.0, I have to say. There is some serious downsides to this plane that have influenced my opinion about this plane a little bit. It is a beautiful aesthetic piece of work though. I really like the looks of the Super Mystere. I like it. It is a lovely looking plane and I would definitely fly it all day just to look at it. But not from its performance, and that is especially in the acceleration. But let's first take a look at the maximum speeds in this plane. The maximum speed at sea level without WEP is 1102 kilometers an hour and with WEP 1158. At 4500 meters still go up to 885 without WEP and 912 with WEP. And finally at 6500 meters still go up to 782 without WEP and 809 with WEP. Now that is decent speed but nothing spectacular. It is for most of the 9.0 jets pretty nice in the speed department, but nothing super spectacular, and especially the 9.0 above planes are often much better than the Mystere in the speed department. Top speed in a dive is quite good with 1202 before she redlines and 1300 before she rips apart. It is quite a sturdy plane when it comes to that in a dive. And the handling in a dive is also good. The control stiffening only starts very slightly at 900 kilometers an hour and becomes slightly more severe at 1050, but it stays functional after that. And as you see here, I'm gonna try to get a missile in this thing. Come on. It's a bomber, right? I can't miss it, and he can't maneuver enough for me to miss. This is my first non-friendly missile kill. A fantastic, brilliant, but it's a bomber, so I guess it doesn't really count. All the other people I shoot missiles at just managed to avoid them, so it's just one of those things. Stall speed in the plane is not too good actually, with 180 before she stalls out. And here we go out of the way of the shots in that head-on, which we finished that plane off quite nice. The firepower is quite good with two 30mm Deva 552 cannons with 150 rounds per gun, and I used air target belts on those guns with a 600-meter convergence, which worked pretty well for me. The plane was also equipped with two AIM 9B sidewinders, and they can also be put to good use to force somebody to turn, and if you're very lucky or if you meet a bomber, you can actually shoot somebody down these days with a sidewinder. You can also equip this plane with a wide array of bombs, rockets, missiles and combos of previously mentioned armament, and the plane is very nice in the loadout department as well. Ammo load is very good with the 150 rounds. They will last you quite a good amount of time. Now the main weakness of this plane is the acceleration. In a straight line I found it below average, and in a dive no more than average. Check this landing out though, with only one rear wheel and a missile under the right wing. I think that's actually saved me. I'm landing on an active missile. Danger, danger. Clear the runway. Coming through. Anyway, so the acceleration is a weak side on this plane. Energy retention in the horizontal is decent. In the vertical is good, which is helped by the climb rate, which is very good. So the performance in the vertical is actually quite good if you don't make too many maneuvers. But when maneuvering, this plane loses speed quite quickly, and that's another weak side of this plane. The turn time of the plane is average, nothing spectacular, and decent when fast. You do have to be fast though, above 500 kilometers an hour, which is not really fast in this plane, but you know what I mean. When the plane gets really slow, below 450, the plane becomes very sluggish in a turn, and a turning becomes more terrible than it was before. Now, like I said, you don't actually want to turn in this plane. The plane is not very good at it. It bleeds speed like a maniac when you make turns and maneuvers. And the acceleration isn't good in this plane, so it's very difficult to regain your speed in this plane. And it doesn't want to maneuver anymore when you get slow as well. So you are hampered on all sides when maneuvering. And it's definitely not something you want to do. Although the first turn and a half can be good. With flaps, definitely. Although the flaps do rip off at 700 kilometers an hour. With flaps, you can definitely make a few very nice turns. But then, after a turn and a half, you are already going from 750 to 400. And it really goes very quick, that loss of speed. And after that, you're done. And you can't escape from most planes because you're not fast enough. And you can't maneuver with them as well because this plane is very sluggish when below 450. So you're fucked in both directions, and you basically don't want to do that. For me, this is a pure boom and zoom plane. An absolute pure boom and zoom plane. The roll rate though is something to write home about. It's great roll rate. When faster than 500 kilometers an hour, very nice. And you know, until 1000 it is absolutely a great roll rate. The overall maneuverability with that average to decent turn time and the great roll rate is good. Overheating is not an issue in this plane, which is quite nice. Durability is decent and it can't take a hit or two. But yeah, as I said, I love the aesthetics of this plane, but it is not a very forgiving plane. In the second match here, I mean this match was one of the matches I had after I decided this plane needed to be used as a pure boom and zoomer, not too much turn fighting involved, and immediately it started to go better, 2 kill matches, 3 kill matches. But before that I got 1 kill before I died, or I did not get any kills before I died, and that was when I tried to maneuver with this plane, see what it's about. Of course you always want to try that with a jet, see what she can do, but when you start turning with this plane it absolutely bleeds speed, so it loses a lot of speed in those maneuvers. It is very sluggish when slow. Below 450 it starts to be noticeably sluggish in the turning and stuff like that. And you do not have acceleration to regain the speed. So that doesn't make this plane a good turn fighter. The sustained turn is not good. And it also doesn't make it a good energy fighter, as this plane after a turn cannot regain the speed very quickly. And you will be out accelerated by most planes that you face at this battle rating. So those are the weak sides of the plane. You know, it does have the sidewinders, which is nice, of course. It does have 2 very good 30mm, and the plane is decently fast. So yeah, if you use it as a pure boom and zoomer and you like that style, then I can definitely recommend the Super Mystere. But if you don't like boom and zooming and you like a bit of shenanigans and stuff like that, this is not a very good plane to do it in, as it bleeds speed and it doesn't want to regain speed. And that is an absolute weakness. Now here you see in one turn we go from almost 700 to 530, and that is a lot of speed loss there for a 180 turn. Come on, yes, just as we were about to have a lock for the rocket, we are surrounded by 3 or 4 planes here. More are coming in. I missed my shot on the G91. And a Saber gets me in the end. Unfortunate, but that's not what you want to do. You don't want to get into the turn fighting too much, because you will die, and that is unfortunate. Let's take a look at the results for that first match. We got the rocket kill, it's amazing. Very nice. Terror of the Sky and Bulletproof, 34,000 Silver Lions and 3,100 research points. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now the Super Mystere is a plane that I'm very mixed about. It's quite unforgiving. Loses a lot of speed when maneuvering. It is very sluggish when it becomes slow, below 450. Doesn't do well there. And it doesn't accelerate very nice. And you notice that in the dogfights you lose a lot of speed. When you get slow you get sluggish. And after that you can't regain the speed. So once you make that mistake, you learn pretty quickly, and you should use this plane as a boom and zoomer. and very strict. And when you do that with the speed this plane has, and only turn when it's safe, this plane can do some damage, and I started to get better results. I first only had 3 kills with 7 deaths or something, and after that I started to recover. Yeah, once you start using it as a boom and zoomer, it will go better, but you will notice that this plane has some problems in the performance with the acceleration and the speed loss in maneuvers. But that's what you got to be aware of. And if you use the plane to its strengths, which is its speed and the firepower, then you can have some very nice results in this plane. And it looks fantastic, so it's great to fly and to look at and to enjoy. But it is not the most competitive jet at 9.0, I have to say. And especially when you get the up tiers, this plane, you know, it will take some blood, sweat and tears to do well in. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.